Tom, let's get rolling. All right. Welcome, everybody. It is my honor and privilege to call to order the December 14th Parker Town Council meeting at 7:01 p.m. All council members are present. I know it's not on the agenda, but if everyone would please rise and honor our nation with me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. All right, since we're ready to go here, we do have actually one little tiny bit of business to perform. I don't know, are they pulling like on deck circle? Do we got Debbie's people ready to come in?
I did see them.
Because I'm sure we're going to roll through this pretty fast. Council, only item that you have on you tonight is the approval of minutes from the December 7th, 2020 meeting. I would entertain a motion and a second on that approval.
I move to approve the minutes from the, date.
December 7th.
December 7th
Pearl Harbor
meeting,
Day.
please.
Second.
We've got a motion from Josh, and we have a second from Debbie, which is a regular occurrence over the last, seems like forever. Josh.
Aye.
Cheryl.
Aye.
Jeff.
Aye.
Debbie.
Yes.
John.
Yes.
All right, motion passes unanimously. Next item on our agenda is the acknowledgement of service of mayor and council members. We're going to go ahead and invite in Debbie's group, which is coming in right here. And, you know, I'm assuming that I get to have a few minutes to talk about Debbie, right? This is like a Debbie roast.
Oh,
You know? Yes, is that what we get to do? You know, the Debbie celebrity roast kind of thing?
Oh,
So,
wow.
without, going too far and all this stuff, when I think back over the last 12 years, when I ran for council 12 years ago, Debbie was also running for council at the time, and she had been a council member before that. Now, Debbie, did we know each other before?
no.
We didn't. So that around that time is when we got to meet each other. And I'll say that some of the things that I remember most about meeting Debbie and knowing her over the years, if I think of what words I would use to describe Debbie,
Be really careful.
be really careful because she's still within swinging distance here.
Yeah.
Larger than life, vibrant, colorful, someone who loves and cares deeply. And it's over the years of knowing you, Debbie, and seeing how you've worked in your role as a council member and as you've lived as a citizen of Parker, I can say that you are not only unique in you being Debbie, but you are unique in terms of being an individual who has a capacity for love and kindness at a level that I rarely have seen from other individuals. It's always been a joy to see how you handle situations, how you process information, how even though you have a larger-than-life personality full of color and vibrancy, you are truly one of the most methodical elected officials I've ever met who goes through and slows down the process to really think about issues from all sides and how it affects the citizens of Parker today and tomorrow. So I can say without any doubt that I will have lots of stories to tell my grandkids about Debbie Lewis. And
Some of them you
maybe I
probably
will
shouldn't.
embellish them a little bit from time to time, but those stories will never do justice for how much positivity and creativity and color you've brought to our world. So, Debbie, thank you very much for being part of the town of Parker.
Thank you.
Now, do we have anything?
Yes, this is Deb.
No, but I mean, is there anything else, anyone else talk? Council, do you want to say anything else?
I'll speak during my time. John can go ahead, though.
Yeah, well, I thought, Mike, I thought since you're the mayor and you're going to pontificate, I didn't need to.
I'm trying to keep it short because tonight, truthfully, is not about me. So I'm
No, I mean,
trying to keep it short.
I think you said a fair amount. I mean, I'm a spreadsheet guy, so it's very hard for me to put words behind emotion. And I mean, to me, I just I value everybody that I've served with. I'm the last person on the island, so to speak, and to all three of you guys who and lady who are who are leaving us. It's been an extreme honor, and I've learned a lot from each and every one of you. I've matured, I've learned, I've evolved, and I've taken and hopefully will take a lot of the lessons that I have I've learned forward, and hopefully use it to the best of my ability to make Parker a better place. Thank you.
Anybody else? Anything else you want to add? Josh,
I just want to
go ahead.
wish you well, Debbie, in your future endeavors.
Thank you.
Josh, did you want to?
I just want to say dendritic.
Dendritic. Oh, that's perfect to throw that in there. Debbie, you really have left an amazing mark on this community from everyone who walks into the Pace Center, who feels the joy and power of creative arts in this community, to just citizens who've moved here and now enjoy the fruits of your labor in the past. So congratulations on an amazing career serving your community. And everyone who gets to be around you in the future is lucky and blessed to get to experience you and your personality and your love for those around you. I know this picture over here on the left is for you. That is a gift.
I can't see it.
That's okay. It's a picture of me. No, I'm just kidding.
Thank
It is.
God.
Yeah, she's like, burn it, burn it, burn it with fire. No, it's a gift from the town to you, along with what you've got right there. And Debbie, did you have anything you wanted to say?
I'm going to try to. Having been really voted off the island after 16 years, off and on and off, it has been a true pleasure that did not come along with some thorns along the way. I have worked with some unusual people over the years and some really great folks, and I feel blessed by having been with those. As some of you know, that you are like an extended family to me, since my family does not live here. And those in the audience that have come to the night are not blood related to me, but they should be. Even though some people think that I dated James Parker before he married Bess, I truly didn't, but he was a kind of guy that I would have liked, and probably I would have liked George more. It is, Parker will never be out of my heart. I want to thank especially the staff that I have known and come to love and respect, and what they have done to be supportive of me. And I know that IT is going to be really disappointed that they don't get to call me anymore to fix something for them. But I'll keep the same cell number. If they get in trouble, they can call.
You have a rotary phone. You don't have a cell phone. We know.
Dial up. It's a party line. Yes. So it'll be a lot of Monday nights that will go by that I will think about, I need a spreadsheet, or the radio voice, or can we hear dendritic just one more time? It has really been my honor and privilege to have served a town that I love. So thank you all very much.
Debbie, if you and your guests want to come down for photos in front, they're set to do that.
All right.
And no rabbit ears.
Yes! I love this picture. I love this.
It's crooked.
It's crooked. John's in the background.
Is that actually lit?
No. John Ott.
It's just
This is John Ott.
quintessential John Ott picture.
All right. What's that part, Tom?
You're doing good right there. I think you look great. All right. Take a couple. 1, 2. Oh, all right. We're waiting. All right, 1, 2, 3. I'll take another one here. 1, 2, 3. All right.
Don't touch me. All right. And then if I'm understanding the procedure correctly, then you guys
gotta go.
exit out. You can go eat, then the on deck circle gets brought in and
Got any place in town open?
all right. Be safe, guys.
Someone's house.
Who?
Someone's house, probably. Posting at their home.
I'm glad I parked on this side. I didn't realize that that's the exit way.
No, I didn't either.
The ejection sheets. Hey. Usually I hear that when people walk into council chambers. She goes, "Aw, yuck." No, them. All right, now first off, when did you guys trade your son in for a big kid?
I'm telling you, dude.
Holy cow.
By January.
My goodness. All right, so next up in terms of acknowledgement is Councilman Josh Rivero. So I'm not going to lie, and Anna, this is kind of for you too. I tried really, really hard to learn how to say what I want to say tonight in Swedish. And no, I'm not going to lie. It was ridiculous. I mean, it not only came out wrong, but then every time I started to get emotional and trying to remember words, and I really think Google Translate was just messing with me and that it wasn't really true. So instead of trying to impress you with my linguistic abilities, I decided I would stick with my regular radio voice and just talk to Josh. So for those watching at home and for Josh, Josh and I actually have quite a long history together, even though we didn't realize the history that we had together. I first met Josh not too long after I had started our business here in Parker, and it was at Parker Days, I believe, is when I first, in the modern era, met you, and I'll explain that in a sec. And he came up, and the first thing he said was, "Hey, I hear you're a Burkano." And if you don't know, that means you're from Albuquerque. And I said, "Yeah, I am." And so we started talking, and I didn't realize at that moment in time that I would not only meet someone that I have met before, and I'll explain that in a sec, but also meet someone who I admire probably more than most people I've ever met in my life. Someone that I'm proud to call a brother. Someone that represents a level of honesty, integrity, diligence, hard work, and family values that are second to none. So I love telling the story of how we think we first met. And that was, growing up in Albuquerque, I went to a high school called El Dorado High School. And I graduated in 91. And what I didn't know until later is that, Josh graduated from Ponderosa in 1990.
Yes.
Yeah, see? Yeah. But before going to Ponderosa, he lived in Albuquerque, and he went to a school called West Mesa, which is where all the hoodlums went, on the other side of town. Now, we graduated 1 year apart, but we obviously had some overlapping years in high school. And what I found out later is, a man of my advanced stature, I did some sports. I played football a couple years, but I was in track for 4 years. And before everyone gives me the weird eye, I was a thrower. I was a weightman. I threw shot put, discus, and javelin. And 1 year, our coach had this crazy wild idea, because we had a small team, that it didn't matter what you did, you had to run a running race. So us fat guys were assigned to run a running race. And I got tasked with being the 200 runner that year, which meant I sucked unbelievably bad because I was a big fat guy. So I was always put in the slow heats. Well, little did I know back then that there was a young man who didn't have quite the facial hair then that he does now, that ran the 200 for West Mesa, and he wasn't very good either. So he wasn't a big fat guy like me. He just wasn't very fast. And so chances are Josh and I ran against each other, sucking wind at the end, not even caring because we were so bad. But it's fitting because truthfully, when I think of our experiences as council and mayor and as friends and as business owners over the last years, I can say that without any doubt, there is not a soul that I would have rather been running through the hard times with than you, Josh.
Thank you, bud.
Always willing to be there to help someone out and to remind me how important it is to always take the high road in every situation. Even when you know you're going to get the crap kicked out of you by all the faster runners, it's always better to take the high road and do what's right. And
Well said, Mr. Mayor.
I mean it from the bottom of my heart that you and Ann and your family are our family. And Parker's blessed to have you guys as citizens, as business owners, and as to have you as a council member for these years. I could go on for hours about the exciting, fun things we've done, the times that you've made me realize how much of a dumbass I can be sometimes, and how to really acknowledge what it means to be humble and put the well-being of others before yourself. It is an honor to be your friend.
Thank you.
So, council, before we have them, Josh talk, does anyone else have anything they want to say?
I've got one. Thanks for sitting next to me.
My pleasure.
So I just want to,
Yeah.
Josh, we ran against each other in 2016, and I knew you were a fierce competitor. I didn't know how much until 2020. I just want you to know that the results of this election are no bearing on you. This is a town that loves you.
Thank you.
They absolutely love you. A love that I haven't seen before. In places I've lived, people I've met, they love you. So that which you have is not gone. But I thank you for your service. I have learned, besides dendritic, I have learned so much from sitting here with you. But I think, I've learned more competing with you.
I agree.
You're fierce.
Thanks.
Stay fierce in everything you do. And I know you will.
It's 1-1.
1-1.
Josh.
Thank you. I appreciate it. When we first got elected in 2012, we took personality quizzes or tests, whatever they were called.
Oh, yeah.
And
Not ergonomics. What was it? Emergenics.
No.
Myers-Briggs.
Myers-Briggs.
Yeah, we found out that John Dyack and I were the only introverts, pretty much in this building. And after 8 years, I've grown, obviously, as a person. I will not say that I'm extroverted in any sense. I am still an introvert, and I still am not. I am not the most comfortable speaking, and I get emotional and all of that fun stuff. But I can tell you that 8 years ago, I would have spent 4 days writing tonight's speech. And,
That's the truth.
It would have been wrong, and it would have been a stumbled, and I wouldn't have done anything right, and I would have called Mike and said, should I say this? And then Mike, eventually convinced me, don't write anything down, just, write some notes and speak from the heart. And one thing that I have done is grown over these 8 years. Personally, I've grown as far as a people person. I enjoy talking to people. I don't need to have a bar between me anymore. I would be comfortable if there was a coffee bar or a bar between us, and then I could be myself. But now I'm fine being myself anytime. I've learned a lot in this building in 8 years. I've learned words like dendritic. I've seen way too many spreadsheets. But it's been a fascinating journey. It is. I'm walking out of here a better citizen. I'm walking out of here smarter. I think 8 years I've earned 2 degrees. That's the way I like to look at it. Probably an engineering degree and a planning degree, or who knows where they are. But it's been fascinating. Water degree. It's been a pleasure to represent Parker for the last 8 years. I have felt no greater honor than to be elected by you. It has been my dream to be a representative, and I believe I have done so with honor and duty. This is my hometown, and it was the truest joy to serve her. I have so many thank yous, but I'm going to keep it somewhat short and just kind of just do the departments. So if you will, bear with me here. To the clerks, the keepers of the knowledge in the process, thank you guys for making sure this room runs great and we keep a record of what we've done in this incredible community. Community development and building, the dreamers and the protectors. The idea is that going to the master plan and what we create in this community comes out of that back half of the building, and truly a great group of folks. Communications, the voices of the whole, truly speaking for an organization that is blessed to have such a talented team upstairs. Cultural, sharing art, music, and dance with folks of all ages in this community, just priceless, absolutely priceless. Engineering and public works, these are the realists and the doers. What happens in this community goes through the west side of this building downstairs, and those guys and gals are just truly absolutely amazing. We don't have to do things twice because our engineering department is just outstanding. Finance and IT, the people's purse, always balanced. IT, this building, these buildings wouldn't run without our IT department. The courts, not only about justice, but about education. Judge Seidel and his team are just absolutely amazing. I know there are plenty of kids that have gone through this room and gone out better because of the way the judge has treated them. So just truly a great group. Parks, obviously our biggest want by our citizens has always been parks. And not only does our parks department meet that want, but it exceeds it every year. Just an amazing group. Jim Cleveland, it was an honor to work with you, and Mary, I know you'll carry the torch well. The police department, the beacon of community policing for all communities. Just absolutely an amazing group. Chief King, Deputy Chief Combs, and now Chief Serapis, just an incredible group of gentlemen. I know that for the last 8 years, they have forgiven the Rivero boys of our sins from the 80s, and I thank them for that.
Not so fast. They're outside waiting.
Yeah, in case you forgot, Ron and David, it was a black bug, and before that it was a blue bug. So, so with all the departments, and I'm sorry to take so long, but with all the departments, I just want the whole community to understand every one of those departments is award-winning. Every bit of this organization is award-winning. This is an incredible community and incredibly well run. Previous councils, previous Mayor Gary Lassiter, obviously Mayor David Cassiano, Tracy Hutchins, Scott Jackson, Josh Martin, Sammy Hollins, all went into making me who I am as a representative. I thank them all, and I know I've forgotten folks. Tina Long, current council, Cheryl, the wisdom that you keep for this community, what you've done for Parker Fire that's led into South Metro Fire. What I hope you continue to do for this community is priceless. Jeff, again, fierce competitor. Steal your words because I fully agree. You've made me a better councilman, and I truly appreciate you having that. And I appreciate your drive. What you're going to do for this community, I look forward to it, and I'll be here right there with you, buddy. Thank you so much. Debbie.
Don't. Just don't.
Oh, I remember Debbie from, I opened Fika, and she would come walking down Main Street and just, the glamour and grace. It just is amazing. And I just, truly a pleasure to get to know you personally. I had only heard, the rumors of who you were and the power of who you were. And the day I got to meet you.
That's before I was on TV.
And then, oh gosh, and now to be just better because of knowing you and the historical knowledge you have of this community and the footprint you have in this community is just priceless. John, my right hand, my twin, my left hand, we did it together. We did it well. It's been an honor. I don't know that I would have done it without you. I think we both needed each other, and I think that we're going to leave this town a better place. And it truly was a joy to share all those times with you, whether it's putting up signs and wind blown down and chasing zip ties around a parking lot or whatever it was we were doing. I think everything we've done and all the meetings we've had, I know bouncing off ideas, we're not an old married couple, but I knew what you were thinking before you said it, and I think it was vice versa. So I truly appreciate serving with you, and I look forward to seeing what you're going to do for the community. And Mike, I didn't know Mike. Everybody knew Mike when I bought the shop, and he ran the magazine, and everybody had to run an ad in the magazine, and then I became president of the DDC, and it's like, oh, I got to know Mike because Mike advertises, everybody does that, and I was not that kind of guy, but I got to know Mike, and when I was going to run in 12, I talked to a lot of people, but one of the biggest folks that got me to run was Mike, and it was about service. He said it since the day I've known him. Leave the town a better place. And our Rotarian, motto is service above self. And I have this, dying need to serve. And it was a perfect mix. And I have countlessly counted on Mike, whether it's I'll say it now. We can say it now, a whiskey on his porch or, whatever it is. He's been there for me and I've allowed me to vent on him and vice versa. I feel that I've kind of served as his conciliary, if you will. And it's been good. I think we've been a great team. I think this council's been strong. We've done some amazing things. And, and I look forward to this town continuing. Two more, and then I'll let you guys go. Mr. Maloney, I appreciate everything you've done. I don't think this community realizes that you could and probably should be on the 40th floor of 17th Street downtown somewhere, but you're not. You're on the second floor of Main Street, and it's amazing. This town is better for that. Your guidance, your love of the law is truly amazing, and I have learned so much upstairs with you. I look at things now, and I hear your voice, and I know that sounds corny, but please take it as a compliment. Truly a pleasure. And lastly, I'm sorry, Michelle in the TA's office, Danette, Sherry.
She's listening to, she's watching.
Oh, man, I hope she wasn't. I spent my life in the bars and restaurants as a manager. I appreciate staffs. I go into businesses and I watch how a business runs and I can see it. I can see how well the staff is trained or how well they like their job just by watching. This staff loves their job. This building loves their management, and that comes from the top. Michelle, you are the epitome of a city manager, and just appreciate what you've done. This organization, and sorry, I've taken way too long. And anyway, thank you, Michelle. I'll see you soon, and get well. And that's about it. I apologize all. With that, thank you all very, very much. Merry Christmas and happy holidays. I love you all.
Josh, likewise, this picture is for you on this side, and so if you'd come down with your wonderful family and you can get photographs with them, and whatever you're feeding Augie, you need to put it on the market because.
Have you seen Tyler? He's like 7 feet.
Oh, I saw the pictures. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, we'll take a couple. 1, 2, 3. Take another one here. 1, 2, 3.
No. Signing up for that, for all my crying.
For all this, all the tears and everything else.
1, 2, 3, and 1, 2. Thank you. Thank you.
Is this us?
That's yours? Yeah. All right, and then they have to exit. And then you want to see a tall kid.
I'm telling you this.
Wait till, as he's coming in. The worst part is,
No, Ashton Toberg's tall. They're all tall, dude.
I know Matthew's waist is about this big around and his shoulders are bigger than mine. I'm like, what the heck, kid? He's my baby. Hi, guys. You guys can come sit anywhere you want. Of course, they choose to sit where, like, I can barely, no, I'm just kidding. You're fine. Or you can't see him. So this part of the agenda is, I'm not going to lie, is kind of weird for me because it's me to introduce and thank me for doing this. And despite
And what a great job you've done.
Despite what 90% of the people out there think, and everyone knows I love to talk, I truly hate talking about myself. And so, and I took Josh's advice and I wrote notes. So, for me, this journey has been one that I really didn't expect. When my family and I moved to Parker, we fell here. We had no idea what Parker was. To be quite frank, we couldn't afford to move to Parker. We were moving from Fort Collins. We bought a house in Aurora because that's all we could afford. And a week before closing, the deal fell through, and we're going to be homeless. And so our realtor called us up on a Sunday and said, there's a house in Parker that a friend of mine owns. It's a rental, got trashed. He put some money into it, and he wants to flip it real quick. And we said, we can't afford Parker. And it was just outside our price range. She said, come down and see it. We drove down at noon on a Sunday. And when it got listed, called my parents at 12:30 begging for a couple $1,000 and made an offer, and it was ours by 3 o'clock. And so we moved with one little baby, Christopher, down to Parker. I worked at I-25 in Lincoln. We had no idea what Parker was, and to be quite honest, didn't care, because we had a home. We had a baby, hoping for a second baby. And it was June of that year that my parents came down to visit to see what their $2,000 investment got them in terms of helping us with our down payment. And that day, we decided to drive past 470 and see what was in this place called Parker. There goes the radio voice. I can't do that when I'm crying. Happened to be Parker Days that weekend. And we drove down, took Christopher to the petting zoo, got a bite to eat at the Warhorse, and looked at each other and said, holy cow, this place is special. This place is cool. Has such a great hometown feel. And since then, again, not knowing this journey, never intending for Parker to be our hometown, never intending to be part of this community, I walked into town hall. It was next door in the old building next door. Walked up to Carol, and she thought I was a crackpot. I said, hey, we just moved here. I want to do something. What opportunities are there? And she said, well, there's this open position in a thing called the Special Licensing Authority. And to show you how long ago it was, they handled hotel, liquor, and restaurant licenses, including cabaret licenses. And that was always fun because everyone thought that meant strip clubs, and it didn't. It meant there was a dance floor. So we got to always have lots of people come in and yell at us whenever someone wanted a dance floor because they thought it was going to be a strip club. At any rate, so I got appointed as an alternate on the Special Licensing Authority. And I was just telling Jeff and Cheryl a few minutes ago, I showed up to that council meeting. It's the first time sitting in these chambers at the time, sitting right over here, and found out that night as I was getting officially appointed as an alternate that a permanent member had resigned, and now I'm a real member of the Licensing Authority. So kind of got thrown into that mix, and for the next 5 years spent on the Licensing Authority, learning as much as I could about this cool place called Parker and how different and unique and special this community is. Then decided to run for town council, kind of on a whim. Both boys were little, and I can remember the night vividly sitting in the Warhorse with Pam wearing a shirt that says my husband for town council, and each boy wearing a shirt that says my dad for town council, when the results came in. And I was, I think, third place. and the top 3 got a seat. And I remember turning to them going, wow. And then, oh my gosh, what does this mean? And that started an incredible process of getting to really learn about how much time, effort, love, blood, sweat, and tears those who came before me put into making Parker such an amazing place. And then 4 years later, as I was getting ready to run for council a second time, and my good friend Scott Jackson was going to be running for mayor, he pulled me aside one day after a council meeting, and I still remember it from upstairs, and said, hey, I want to let you know that I've been diagnosed with cancer, and I can't run for mayor. Scott's fine. He's been fine, but he and I had a heart-to-heart. Went home and talked to my wife and decided why not. Because truthfully, in my soul, I believe that, all of us should do something to leave our community better. And whereas I love to talk and love to be in front of people, what better way than to serve as their mayor if they so choose? And I was blessed to get elected as mayor in 2012. And I remember the day after the election, a reality hit me. And the reality hit me of, what did I do? Because I now have given up any ability to have a direct effect over what happens up at this dais. Because as you guys know, but not everyone out there knows, the mayor has zero authority, zero power to do anything. And I had to stop and think, well, that's unacceptable. I refuse to allow this to just be something that happens. And what can I do to help make this role and this community better? And it really showed me the power of what Parker is, that secret sauce that makes Parker so special, and how our community rallies together around each other. Whether it's, a coffee shop who gets broken into and needs to put in an alarm system, to Tonti's Pizza not being able to have power for 2 days, and me putting out a call for people with generators, and enough people showed up to probably power Parker for 12 years, to the phone call I got from a lady who said that her mom had been diagnosed with stage 4 cancer and only had about 6 weeks to live. And would I help do a flash mob for her mom? And this is the only time I willingly lied to somebody. She said, we're going to tell her mom that her mom was in her 60s or 50s, I believe, that her grandson had won a scholarship, and I was there to give him the scholarship. And we planned it at the field house, and I could still see her mom's face when the music turned on and everyone ran out and started dancing. Little things like that just stay with you. I've learned over the years how important it is to always take the high road, to put on that bulletproof vest when you hear the hate and vitriol that some people have, and realize that should make you work even that much harder at showing everyone how much power they have to their communities. I'm not going to lie, this year with COVID and everything, up until a couple weeks ago, I was really pissed off about this night. I was really pissed off about that it was just going to be a few of us in here and not being able to have this celebration that you all deserve. And then I realized a couple weeks ago that this is actually very fitting, that most of these seats are empty, and that there's no noise and there's no pomp and circumstance. Because at the end of the day, you guys have heard me say it many times, no one else really has. It's not about I, it's about we. It's not about the celebration for any of us up here. In fact, I'm going to go out as far as saying is the 7 people who sit in these seats are the least important people in Parker. There's 58,000 people out there who are the important ones. And it's fitting that the 17 years should end this way, because I walked in here 17 years ago, just some average dude who had no idea what was going on. I was 30 years old, young family, and I'm walking out of here tonight, an average dude in his flannel shirt and a beard and blue jeans, still not knowing what I want to be when I grow up, still not knowing what to do. But I do know that that for everything that has been accomplished over these last 17 years, 12 in office, from the Pace Center to how much more engaged our citizens are, to the memories that a few people have of how we've made their lives better. It's not because of me, and it's not because of you guys. It's not because of the new council members who are going to be sitting here, and it's not because of council in the future. It's because of the citizens who call Parker home, and it's because of the staff. Without exception, and I don't say this as a platitude or kissing anyone's butt, without exception, there is not a single person on the staff at the town of Parker who couldn't be making more money somewhere else. We have an exemplary staff of people, and the only reason they choose to put in the amount of time and effort and hard work they do, it's not because of the paycheck, because I know they can make more money elsewhere. It's because of the love of what they have here. It's because of the special community, and Parker would be nothing more than a dot on the map if it wasn't for them. So like Josh said, across the board, if I could change one thing over the last 8 years as mayor, I wish I could make our citizens understand how fortunate and blessed they are to have these men and women who put in more hours than they should, take more grief than they should, and have a higher level of dedication than anyone I've ever met to make Parker a better place. We are so fortunate to have them. And for the citizens, even the ones who sent me death threats and hate mail, Parker would not be what it is without them. I've traveled all over the country. I've seen communities half our size who feel impersonal, big, and yucky, and I've seen communities twice our size who have as much hometown feel as we do. And you have to ask what makes it that way. And it's not the number of people who live in houses or apartments or condos or drive a car or work in your community. It's the way those people treat each other. And Parker is something special. Parker is a state of mind. But, again, to quote Thor Ragnarok movie, Parker's not a place, Parker's a people. And I'm honored to be part of those people. Now, before I wrap up, those who know me well know that one of my greatest joys in this office is getting to talk to kids. That's why I've got flannel. You just do this. One of my greatest joys is talking to kids about how important they are and how powerful they are. The number one question I get asked is, why did I run for office? And I always tell them, get your pencil out, get your paper out, it's going to be a test. There's 3 reasons I ran for office. Those 3 reasons are Pamela, Christopher, and Matthew. My 3 reasons are sitting. Damn it. I hate crying.
You don't have a mascara tonight, though, so that's good.
But you get snot in the beard, and it's just not good. For my boys, I've had no greater achievement in life than watching you two become the men you are. And every day when I pray, I pray that I've given you at least a little bit of what it means to love your community and do something for others. And every day, when I think about my prayers, I realize I was successful. I don't know two other men who are as incredible and loving as you two. And then for Pam, there is absolutely a special place in heaven for you having to put up with me for as long as you have. We met when we were 14. Every crazy cockamamie idea I've ever had in my life, she has been nice enough to not tell me how crazy I am, including running for council and running for mayor. She's been there when people have threatened our family, when people have lied about me, when people have done some of the ugliest, ridiculously bad things. And she's always been there to remind me how beautiful our world is, despite that. I am eternally grateful for your trust in me and for your love and for your willingness to stand by my side on this journey. So again, I'm proud to say that I did this for you three, and I hope that I was successful in passing along this experience and that you've take from it something positive. For Jeff, Cheryl, and John, I wish you the best in the future going forward. I know that you will do everything to make Parker, to keep Parker the wonderful place it is. For our new council members coming in, God bless you for being willing to stand up and serve those around you. I can tell you it will be a ride that you won't forget. There's going to be nights that you're going to wish you never did it. There's going to be nights that you're honored that you did it. And I will tell you at the end of the day, it is 100% worth it. And Parker's lucky to have you represent them. And I'm going to call it there because I have not followed any of my notes. There is nothing worse than seeing a big fat hairy guy cry and get slobbery. So before I go any further, thank you. Thank you, Parker, for trusting me and allowing me to love you. So.
Mayor, Michelle would like to say a few words.
Michelle Kivala?
Yes.
Do we have a mute button that we can?
Is she the boss of us?
Hi, Michelle.
Hello there. So I did hear that you said I was loopy from my surgery today. I will say the loopiness has worn off, so now I'm just in pain. But
Well, the last 8 years of working with
me, that I'll say anything inappropriate.
Okay.
But I just wanted to take a couple of minutes and thank Debbie, Josh, and you for leading our community for the last 16 years and 8 years and even longer than that. So I have been with the town for 8 years in a couple of different roles and have appreciated your support in those roles and your support of our staff, our departments. Our team here is a great team, and it's due to the direction and the leadership of everybody sitting up there. Additionally, I think as somebody who's lived in Parker for almost 20 years, it's a great community, it's a great organization, and it has great leaders at its helm. So thank you all very much. Thank you, Debbie, Josh, and Mike, for your service and your support that you have provided our community, our organization, but especially me. And I appreciate everything that you all have done for me as well.
Thank you very much, Michelle. And I know I speak on behalf of everyone up here that we are absolutely blessed to have you at the helm. No one could do the job the way you do, and you have definitely made Parker a better place. So I think that
Yeah, you have to grab your gavel and come down with me when you get a chance.
my gal. Oh. I get to whack someone with it?
No, yeah, but not me.
So you don't get a pretty picture. You get a beautiful shadow box.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
For sure, you gavel. It's gonna go here. Of course, it doesn't bounce it out. But on behalf of the citizens of Parker, thank you, Mr. Wade. Thank you very much.
You want to have the side? Yeah. I'll go to this side.
I don't think they can see.
Three, and we'll do one more here. 1, 2, 3. Hey guys. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, and thank you so much.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Thank you. All right. So, since the gavel's in the box, this means that my last order of business is that we're going to have a 10-minute intermission while they switch things over and get prepared for the next group. So, thank you guys very much.
Repeat after me. I, John Dyack, solemnly swear by the ever-living God that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America and the state of Colorado and the charter and ordinances of the town of Parker, and will faithfully perform the duties of the office of council member
And will safely perform the duties of the office of council member,
upon which I am about to enter.
upon which I'm about to enter.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Absolutely. This is your time. Well, I have a 15-minute speech I like to deliver now.
Moving out of the way.
Be charged by the way.
Thank you, sir.
Who's first?
What's that? Oh, Tom's first.
All right.
All right, guys.
I don't want to be in that.
Take two here, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
You can take them. Let's just
Go ahead, sir. Yeah.
Y'all live together.
All right, no, 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna do one more. All right, big smiles. 1, 2, 3. All right. Just want to hear you. Ready, guys? Okay, 1, 2, and who's behind you there? 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, 3. Thank you, guys.
We're going to have to move again, so.
We're good. Yeah. So, I guess I'm the first one up. I'll say a few words. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, my family who's leading very expeditiously. Thank you all to the people who voted me in, as well as my family, my fellow compatriots here, those who have just termed out. I'll be brief. Thank you so much. I'm honored to serve 4 more years.
Could Councilmember-elect Laura Hefta please come forward, and the Deputy Town Clerk will swear you in for a 4-year term as a Town Council member for the Town of Parker.
Raise your right hand. Speak after me. I, Laura Hefta,
I, Laura Hefta,
solemnly swear by the ever-living God
solemnly swear by the ever-living God
that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America
that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America
and the state of Colorado
and the state of Colorado
and the charter and ordinances of the town of Parker,
and the charter and ordinances of the town of Parker,
and will faithfully perform the duties of the office of council member
and will faithfully perform the office and duties of council member
upon which I am about to enter.
upon which I am about to enter.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Now, look at the pictures.
Family, come on down.
One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. And one more. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we have this person. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Can you guys do that again?
Straight up.
Turn a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. You guys ready? On 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Last one. 1, 2, 3. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hold on, we have one photo with mine.
Oh, okay.
Thank you so much for waiting. You ready? Okay, beautiful. Check it. One more. Thank you.
Come on up.
Like the price is right.
Laura, would you like to say a few words?
Oh. Thank you so much. I just want to thank the residents of the town of Parker and the team of many supporters that have helped me become a town council member. I will serve the residents of Parker with integrity, professionalism, and respect. And I will always listen to what our residents have to say and take it into consideration during the next 4 years of office. And I want to thank my husband and my sons, my husband Mark Hepta and our sons John and Martin, for the terrific family that we have, the Hepta family in Colorado. Thank you so much.
I'll let you back in on the other side if you're going this way.
Oh, would you like that one? Leave it. Come this way. Okay, I give you.
Yeah, if you'll exit, just exit that way,
Oh, this way.
and then you can come back around for.
Back around.
Come back.
So at this point, council member-elect Todd Hendricks will be sworn in as a council member for a 4-year term with the Parker Town Council.
Repeat after me. I, Todd Hendrick,
I, Todd Hendricks,
solemnly swear by the ever-living God
solemnly swear by the ever-living God
that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America
that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America
and the state of Colorado
and the state of Colorado
and the charter and ordinances of the town of Parker,
and the charter and ordinances of the town of Parker,
and will faithfully perform the duties of the office of council member,
and will faithfully perform the duties of councilman of Parker,
upon which I am about to enter.
upon which I'm about to enter.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
All right, Hendricks family. Looking good, nice and orderly. All right. One, two, three. More here. 1, 2, 3. Excellent.
Just checking the camera. Okay, you ready, guys? One. Yes, you do. You don't. Great. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.
Guts to wear socks like that.
All right.
Welcome aboard, Todd.
Comfy chair.
At this stage of the proceeding, we're going to go to item number 5 in your council packet, and this will be the point where you will appoint an acting mayor to serve until such time as Jeff Toberg is sworn in as mayor.
Right. Fellow council members, I would move that Cheryl Pogue be nominated and chosen as our acting mayor.
Second.
We'll do a vote of your first vote in office. Councilman Hendricks,
Yes.
Councilwoman Pogue,
I guess I'll say yes.
Councilman Dyak,
Yes.
and Councilwoman Hefta.
Yes.
Madam Mayor, the floor is yours.
All right. So with that, the next item we have is the resignation of Councilman Toberg.
Madam Mayor, members of the council, I, Jeff Toberg, resign my spot on the Parker Town Council effective immediately.
And there's no vote needed for
There
that,
is
so.
an acceptance.
To accept.
Yeah. You have to do
Pardon?
it.
So the next item would be under tab 7 of your agenda, and this would be
Right.
the motion to accept the resignation of Councilmember Jeff Toberg.
So we'll need a motion.
I move to accept the resignation of Councilmember Jeff Toberg effective immediately.
And could I propose a friendly amendment?
Yes, please.
And then I would add and to declare that a vacancy exists on town council.
Friendly amendment accepted.
All right, is there a second?
I second the motion.
So we need a vote on that because it was a motion. So those in favor? It'll be a roll call vote.
Yes.
Yes.
Laura?
Yes.
Myself, yes.
And I'll abstain.
Okay. So with that, we now will go ahead with the swearing in of our new mayor.
Raise your right hand. Repeat after me. I, Jeff Toberg,
I, Jeff Toberg,
solemnly swear by the ever-living God
do solemnly swear by the ever-living God
that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America
that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America
and the state of Colorado
and the state of Colorado
and the charter and ordinances of the town of Parker,
and the charter and ordinances of the town of Parker,
and will faithfully perform the duties of the office of mayor
and will faithfully execute the office of the duties of mayor
upon which I am about to enter.
upon which I am about to enter.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody. And I just want to take a couple moments, and I'll be brief. But I do want to say a couple words. You know, I sit up here as a blessed guy. I can't believe I'm sitting here, and just honored beyond belief. And I just want to say to God, I just thank you. It's an incredible moment. Equally important, I want to thank my wife, Melissa, who, as the mayor spoke and as Councilmember Rivero spoke, our wives and our spouses go through an immense amount in a campaign. And I just want to thank you for everything and being the rock for our family. And those family members are Ashton, Emily, and Preston, and my father-in-law, Rich. These are the bedrock of what builds our family and what strengthens me every day. I face a lot of things, as everyone does in our town, but this is what I get to come home to. Again, a blessed guy, a blessed guy. I also want to say a special thanks to Councilmember Lewis, who's already left, Councilmember Rivero, and the mayor. These men and women have put in 16, 8, 12 years into our town. You are wonderful, you are gracious with your time, and I appreciate it, and I'm proud to call you a friend. And I'm glad that Councilmember Rivero stayed behind. I am also a blessed guy to find many, many friends here. I've known patriots that have been acknowledged nationally as patriots who stand up for what's right, and they stand up for our police department, and they stand up for all the first responders. So Wes Crespi, thank you. Thank you for being here. You've honored me. You've honored me. I have friends that have laid their life on the line for this country. They've left their family. And to the Hearts of Plevnes, thank you for being here. You honor me with your presence. Honor me. My friend who is an HOA manager and all-around bad dude in town and just willing to fight the fight, and I respect it, R.J. O'Connor, thank you. Thank you for being here. And to my newfound, and I actually have more family in Parker than I knew, but to Connie and Rory Young, I love you all. You are a blessing to our family, so thank you for being here. I also want to say congratulations to Councilwoman Hefta, Councilman Hendricks, Councilmember Dyak on your reelection and for serving another 4 years. Not sure why, but I also want to say that over lunch, John, I appreciated our talk today and look forward to more of those. So the one thing, we are in a strange situation, right? We walk by the Madison quote there that says, the power rests in the people. But Madison thought that was the federal government coming down on the state. He never assumed a state would turn on municipalities and on business owners and would actually threaten their pursuit of life, liberty, and their pursuit of happiness. And I'm going to ask this council over the next year and plus, I'm going to ask you to join in the fight with me. This cannot happen in Parker. It cannot happen in Douglas County. So I'm going to come to you, and it's going to be uncomfortable, some of the things we're going to do. But we are going to have to stand together for our businesses and our families and our restaurants and our schools and our churches. And we are going to say, by God, Parker is open for business, without a doubt. So I thank you. I thank the members of Parker for entrusting me with this. I will do my best and I will work my hardest. But please remember, new faces, new voices, but Parker continues on. God bless you all and have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Thank you. And Mr. Maloney?
Yes, sir, and you'll need a motion to adjourn.
Exactly. And with there being no other business before this new council, I would ask for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
I second.
Second. Thank you. Is moved by Councilwoman Pogue, second by Councilman Hendricks. Councilman Hendricks, your vote.
Yes.
Councilwoman Pogue.
Yes.
Councilman Dyak.
Sure. Let's do it.
Don't make me break a tie. And Councilwoman Hefta.
Yes.
Great. Thank you all. Thank you all very much.